It's Ron Reader digs the universe. I'm Ron Reader, and this is Ron Reader Digs the Universe, and tonight, Israel and Palestine. Over the weekend, the Palestinian militant group Hamas initiated a massive invasion of the Israeli territory adjacent to the Israeli-occupied Gaza Strip. This surprise attack, low-tech and by land, sea, and air, overwhelmed the elaborate Israeli security infrastructure which had been in place there for decades. Apparently, no one saw this coming. And it's been brutal. 1,000 Israelis, including children, the elderly, other civilians, and military personnel, are dead. At least 150 are being held hostage. Some 800 Palestinians are dead, also including civilians from the Israeli counterattack. I mean, so far. This is all far from over. There's going to be a lot more blood, Jewish and Arab alike, but probably in the end even more Arab blood. We can be certain that Israel will not allow this Palestinian Tet offensive to go unpunished, as always. So, why is this happening right now? The establishment, the corporate media, serious people, they're all talking about the Saudi-Israeli peace deal that's in the work and asserting that both Hamas and its financial backer, Iran, stand to lose a great deal in the arrangement. They also appear to be acknowledging that Bibi Netanyahu is an extremist son of a bitch, and that his far-right governing coalition has been tightening the screws on Palestine all the more intensely in recent years. But if you listen to everybody else, they'll just tell you that the Gaza Strip squeezes 2 million people into 120 square miles, totally isolated, literally blockaded, subject to continual IDF raids, no hope, no future, no life, all squalor. The UN calls it apartheid because that's exactly what it is. Occupied territories, indeed. This Hamas invasion was simply a matter of time. Noam Chomsky has observed that culturally, Israelis are basically Americans, and I agree with that assessment. But sadly, it's not just the good stuff. Because Israel violently oppresses its indigenous population, just as we have done, the culture also has a streak of violent paranoia influencing their government's actions regarding the Palestinians. Just as we do, Israel desperately needs to end its occupation of Palestine, withdraw to the 1967 borders, start pouring billions in economic development into the territories, but they can't. Their paranoid faction won't allow it. Thus, they're stuck with open-air prisons and ongoing oppression of another people, with whom they have no idea what to do. Each day of this shit just makes violent Palestinian responses all the more inevitable. Israeli policy guarantees dead Israelis and dead Palestinians. Dr. Mustafa Barghouti, a Palestinian politician, described his nation's dilemma well on CNN yesterday. If we struggle in a military form, we are terrorists. If we struggle in a nonviolent way, we are described as violent. If we resist, even with words, we are provocative. If you support Palestinians and you are a foreigner, they describe you as an anti-Semite. And if you are a Jewish person, and there are many of those who support the Palestinian cause, they call them self-hating Jews. This situation Israel and Palestine is as irrational as anything presented to us here in the U.S. by our far-right lunatics. But it's bloodier there, getting worse, and shows no sign of ever ending. I'm Ron Reeder, and this has been Ron Reeder Digs the Universe. Join me, Ron Reeder, again next week for another episode of Ron Reeder Digs the Universe. I'm gonna, on YouTube, I'm gonna link the last episode that I did called Palestine and Israel. Did that about a year and a half ago that has some background information. I'm gonna link that on YouTube, and on TikTok I already uploaded that episode earlier today because it needs to go on TikTok because it predates my TikTok stuff. So please watch my other video, Palestine and Israel, to get. I mean, I cover the same topics, but I go into more depth. So check it out.